Hey guys, me again. I hope you all are having a good day. So today's video, I'd like to talk about how my social abilities are despite being on the spectrum. Now, I know I've briefly touched upon it before in my previous videos that I've done about my autism, but I figured that I'd go a bit more in depth in today's videos, and that way you guys get a slightly better understanding as to like what I find difficult, what I find easy, what I've learned to do over time, and all of that stuff. So if you guys are interested in learning about that stuff, then by all means stick around and watch the rest of the video. So to understand how my social skills are now, you first need to have a look at what they were like when I was little. Now, this doesn't apply just to me, but to everyone when they were a kid, but obviously slightly more amplified for me due to the fact that I'm autistic, of Asperger's. So yeah, when I was a kid, obviously this is going years back, and obviously I can't remember everything that I struggled with because yeah, and I'm going to have to go off like assumptions, the very little memory I have, and what I've been told. So when I was a kid, I found making eye contact, tone of voice, and just generally talking to people I didn't know really difficult. I think I also struggled with just like going into large social places and like the general struggles that you typically expect somebody on the autistic spectrum to struggle with. Now, obviously due to the fact that I only have Asperger's, they're not as intense as, say, somebody who has like moderate autism, somebody who's more severe. Well, that doesn't then mean I didn't have my difficulties, but obviously over time I learnt to adapt and overcome some of these difficulties, which then kind of drags us into my next point. So over time, obviously I was exposed to more people who interact with other people like in very different ways. I began to pick up how they did it, and I I wouldn't really call it hiding my autism, but it's more masking it. Like, it's still there, and obviously I've got a lot of quirks, don't get me wrong, but like I've kind of learned how to socialise in a more natural way. Like, I'm a lot better with eye contact, using my hands to communicate. I've learned how to understand sarcasm. Again, I'm not perfect with that, but I've also learned how to understand and make jokes. I've got a pretty dark sense of humour, just ask any of my mates. But yeah, so I've kind of learned a lot of the main social things that like a lot of people would associate with quote-unquote normal people. Obviously I'm not normal, I'm far from it, but as I've said, I've learned a lot of that stuff. So compare that, like how I am now, to how I was, say, I don't know, maybe even 5 years ago. I appear a lot more neurotypical now because of, as I've said a couple of times, my masking abilities. So one thing that I struggle with, and probably always will, is dealing with confrontation. Now, I touched upon it briefly in my last video, so I won't talk too much about it. But yeah, so pretty much when I feel like things are getting rather like heated, shall we say, I try and de-escalate things. Obviously that's a good thing, don't get me wrong, but the reason I do it is partly due to the fact I just frankly don't know what to do otherwise. I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do. Like if somebody is, say, being mean to someone that I care about, then obviously I don't know then what to do, because on one hand people would normally be like, oh, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that to this person, but obviously that then kind of contradicts my personal beliefs, being always be kind, always be friendly, always like, you know, that like my whole thing. I don't like being harsh to people, even if they're harsh to me. So if somebody's being mean to someone I care about, I then struggle to like deal with that, because I don't want to then fight a situation with more harshness, because I don't personally believe that's how it should be dealt with. But at the same time, I then run the risk of upsetting the person that's like on the receiving end of it, because they obviously will see it as me not actually trying to sort things out, but it's just more of the fact that I genuinely struggle to deal with stuff like that. I genuinely don't know what to do, but it's something I'm going to have to work on. Now, another thing that I've struggled with is starting conversations with people I don't usually talk to. Now, I know that a lot of people will find this stuff difficult anyway, because obviously you don't talk to these people, or you might not know what to talk about. But with me, like, it's a bit different, because like I find starting said conversation with people I don't normally talk to feels incredibly unnatural. Like, I don't know what to say, I don't know how to go about it. But if they then start a conversation with me, I can talk for ages. Like, I've had a few people say I can talk for England, and I kind of agree with that, because I can talk for a while. But yeah, it's just starting the conversation with people that I find incredibly difficult. And yeah, I know that might make me seem like I don't care about people, but that's simply not true. I'm a very caring person, even if I don't seem it. Like, just because I don't like start a conversation with someone, that doesn't then mean I don't like talking to them. It's just that I struggle with actually like initiating it, if you get what I mean. So yeah, in short, I've got a lot better at socialising with people, but obviously I'm not perfect. I've still got stuff to work on, but hey, in comparison to what I was a few years ago, I'm a lot better. So before I go, I've got a couple of bits I want to say. So I'm on 74 subscribers at the moment, which is awesome. Like, I only started September time last year, and yeah, a lot of subscribers in a short amount of time. Well, I mean, a lot for me. So I would really like to get up to say 100 subscribers. Only 26 difference, but hey, 100's a nice number, and yeah, if I got there, that would be awesome. So if you guys knew anyone who would like to help out by subscribing, then by all means, like, share this video to them, and maybe even the other videos that I've done about my autism, so then they can learn a bit more about what like being on the spectrum's like. And yeah, also it's the third day now. Yeah, it's the 3rd of May today, I believe. So that means I've got like a little over 3 weeks to my birthday. Hey, yeah, and then I'm going to Hempstead afterwards, and yeah, I am really excited. So I believe that's all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I shall see you later.